Good morning, YouTube. It is like 9:10ish, 9:15, something like that. I took Anakin to school. He wore his Elf on the Shelf PJs today because they're having like a Spirit Week type thing where they wear some kind of Christmassy stuff. I think tomorrow's like a Christmas sweater or ugly Christmas sweater type thing. And today was PJs, and then it keeps going from there because we're in the lead up to Christmas. One thing I'm trying to stop doing in these vlogs, just something I've noticed when I'm editing, is I'm trying to stop stopping and thinking while talking. Like, I just need to end the clip if I can't think of something, because it makes editing a lot easier. I hate having to edit out every single little dead space, you know what I mean? But anyways, it was a good weekend. I got the projector screen set up. I'm not 100% sure how I feel about it yet. It's not as bright as I thought it would be. Like, all the reviews and stuff were saying it's like a TV basically, but I don't really see that. And I don't know if that is because of the screen or if it's because of the device itself. But like, I tried to game on it and I wasn't really feeling gaming on it. And that's even with a colorful game like A Hat in Time, which the reviews said things that are really colorful look best on it. But it still looked really, just like it's like you're watching a show or something and you turn the brightness really far down and it just has that like dark sheen over it. I don't know. I'm not loving it so far. That being said, I don't know if we're going to watch the OU Alabama playoff game on it Friday. I invited some friends over, so they're going to come over and watch it. We'll probably play some pool, have some pizza, stuff like that. I think one of my friends is going to come over a little bit earlier in the day, and we're going to play some Black Ops 7 until game time. I mean, maybe. It just all depends on Anakin, you know. I can't just be like, well, see you later, Anakin. No kid for now. Speaking of Anakin, he's so silly. We were playing A Hat in Time yesterday. I'm doing a lot of catch up because it's so hard to vlog during the weekend. Like I could tell you guys, I squeeze it in every now and then when I can, but I can't get like talking segments in during the weekends. I basically just catch things we're doing if it's the weekend. But anyways, we were playing A Hat in Time, and Anakin loves scary stuff, which I've said before. So one of the acts is called like Vanessa's Haunted Manor or something like that. And it's like a haunted house, you know, and he likes the Haunted Mansion, like the ride. He has a Haunted Mansion book. He loves haunted stuff. He was watching Ghost Hunting yesterday on a show, and he's like, yeah, let's do the Haunted Mansion. So we're doing it, and it's like, it was actually a pretty creepy level. There was this ghost lady named Vanessa, and she's all hunched over, and she's just like a black, black shadowy figure with red glowing eyes, and she's like saying like, I hear your footsteps, I'm coming for you, I'm gonna find you, you better hide, and all this stuff. Let's play hide and seek. And you're like creeping through her house trying to accomplish tasks, and like she'll come in the room and like you gotta hurry and hide under a table or something. It was like it was creepier than I would expect to be on that game. And Anakin was like, I don't like this, it's so scary. So he kept like hiding under his blanket and stuff. And like he was like, she's coming, hide, you know. So we were like getting really into it. And I started to think it was actually scaring him. So I was like, all right, we can turn this off if you want. And he's like, no, keep going. And I'm like, okay. And then we finally beat the level, and he gets upset that the level's beat. He wants to keep going. So I told him, I'm like, see, scary stuff's fun, isn't it? And he, like, you don't like it, but you like it. You know, it's like, that's how scary works. So it's just funny that he's so into scary stuff like that. Like, it's like terrifying him, but he's like, keep going. Little UGC update. I think Upwork is going to be great. I'm using a lot of my connects that I was telling you guys about, which, quick rehash, they're basically like little tokens you use to apply to jobs, and if you bid more tokens, you move higher up in the queue, and like they look at applications like if they have 5 applications and you go on there, you can bid more and like jump everyone if you want, or just bid the minimum and go in there, and hopefully they'll look at your application. Well, I need to start bidding on lower things. I've been doing like intermediate and expert level jobs because they pay more, but I have 0 reviews on that website. So my application's like not even getting looked at, I don't think. But I got 1 bite on Saturday, I think, and I accidentally messed up. I didn't read through the proposal well enough, and it said, all I saw was fixed rate $200, and I'm like, yeah. And so I get the meeting set up. He reaches out to me and he's like, hey, let's have a meeting. I schedule it for Monday morning today, and then I go back and look at it later, and it's $200 for 6 videos, which means like $33 a video. I was like, I'm not doing that. Which now that I think about it, I probably should. Dang it, why'd I do that? Hang on. I just told you I need to bid on lower paying jobs to get reviews, right? So I should have done this job to get a review at least, and now I would get $200 total for it. But anyways, I was like, ooh, no, we're not doing that. So I cancel, I withdraw my proposal, and I send like a little side message that says, hey, sorry. I didn't realize it said $200 for 6 videos. And then he messaged me this morning and he was like, well, what's your quote? We can always adjust our budget. And I was like, oh, okay. So I said, well, I usually charge between $75 to $100 a video. So we'll see if he if he does like $75 a video. I don't know how much that is. That's like, I'm not even gonna try to do the math right now. Every 2 videos is $150. So what would it be, $450? Is that right? Is that good math? I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see if he answers. I have a feeling he's in a different time zone, like completely, because the time frames for me doing a call were from like midnight to 7:45 a.m. Even though he says he's in Chicago, so I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see if he maybe counters or something, and I'll keep you guys updated. I hope I get this one because at least 1 good review would be good. So, but yeah, Upwork's gonna be great. I think I'm gonna get a lot of work on Upwork, and I think a lot of it is because it's a mutual reaching out. Unlike Fiverr, where my job just sits there and someone has to come say, hey, I want you. I'm reaching out to them as much as they're reaching out to me. And then also, you know you're legit because like my profile has my identity verified. It has my phone number verified. I have my portfolio on there. So like I'm not just some random person on Reddit wanting a job, you know. So like it's more trustworthy. So I think it's gonna work out. And I'm getting out of breath because I'm talking so much. I'm trying not to leave any dead air that I have to edit out. It's like 1:15 or so, and I'm doing my second walk just now, and I didn't wait for Mike to turn on, so that's cool. Anyways, second walk. It's like 1:15-ish, something like that. Last time I looked at the clock, it was 1, so I assume it's been 15 minutes. I don't know. But anyways, I'm editing yesterday's vlog, or this weekend's vlogs. It's gonna be 2 days worth because that's how the weekends have been going. But whenever I brought the clips in, one of the clips was Anakin found this camera yesterday or the day before and turned it on, and he's like sneaking up the stairs towards me. I'm in there setting up my projector when he's doing this, and I can hear his little giggle, like, and then he like pops out at me. And I'm like, hey, you have my camera. I'm like worried he's gonna break it or something. And he tells me he peed himself. So, got that on camera. I'm not gonna include it because I don't want to embarrass him someday. But he's barely 4, you know, so he has accidents sometimes, and it's always because You know when you feel like you have to pee and like that's your timer to go find a toilet? That's not his timer. That's how long he has to wait. He can be like, no, I'm just gonna keep playing and just hold my pee until the very last second and then hopefully get to a toilet. So I'm trying to get him to stop doing that. But anyways, it's just a funny video that was caught. Apparently he didn't even know the camera was on, because in the video I'm like, do you want me to turn it on so you can vlog? And he's like, yeah, and hands it to me, but it was already on. I applied to a few more jobs on Upwork. I really like that platform. I don't love that you have to use those connects because I'm getting low on them already, and I haven't even done a job yet. Like, I'm already down to like 20 something of them, and I started out with like 140, and I haven't even done a job on there yet. So you get 10 free ones a month, and then I'm paying for like 100. So, and I feel like that's worth it, because if I pay $20 and get 100 connects, and then I end up getting like 2 jobs with those that pays like $100 to $200 each, it's gonna pay for itself, you know what I mean? If I was just doing the 10 free ones per month, that's nothing, because I've been giving 15 here, 13 there. Like, you kind of have to have the premium version. But it just sucks that I've already almost used them all, and I've only had Upwork going for a few days, and my connects don't reset for another month. So that kind of sucks. I'm gonna start being more picky with the jobs, I think. Like, instead of just, at first I was just like, yeah, apply. Gonna pull the reins back a little bit. Be a little more picky, only apply to ones that don't have a lot of applicants yet. Oh yeah, it tells you how many applicants there are. And that company's like hiring rate, like sometimes their hiring rate's like 40%, which means they sometimes don't hire anyone. They just take the job down, which is bull crap, because then you don't get a refund for your connects that you used. So I just need to be more picky. So I'm an avid podcast listener, and the podcast I'm currently going through is the Telepathy Tapes. Have you guys heard of this? It's pretty crazy. Now, I told Lorena about it. She's a doctor. She's very science-minded, you know, so she was like very skeptical, and obviously you should be. I'm a scientist. I'm skeptical as well. But the only way this would be, the podcast, the person running the studies could just be lying, but this is like supposedly like a legit study with like a bunch of doctors and scientists and pathologists and like all these people, and they run all these experiments on these autistic children. Most of them are non-speaking, and they can communicate with their minds. And at first I was just like, okay, but they made some good points that like animals, for instance, animals are definitely communicating either telepathically or some other way, because my dogs, I've noticed, one of them will be like in a mood or like something, like my dogs can tell when the other dog or dogs is like angry or being aggressive or something, even when I can't tell. Like, looks perfectly normal to, like, she looked perfectly normal to me, and I've had my dogs for years now, like a decade now, and I'm like, why are you acting like this? And like, they can tell. They're like kind of staying back, and it's 2 of them doing it towards one. Like, she's mad right now, and I'm just like, how can you tell? And then sometimes I'll think one of them's being aggressive, but the other 2 are just playful, and like you can tell like they know that she's not. It's like, how are you communicating this? Like, are you putting out some kind of like butt pheromone? You can smell it or something, or is it mental? Or like, how do birds know to stay together? Or I don't know. Animals do a lot of communication without speaking, and so is it telepathic? I don't know. I'm sure I could Google it, but there's supposedly studies on it as well. But anyways, it's just interesting. You know, like anything else, It's interesting. That's the bottom line.